Do you think you know these brands? Rolls-Royce is cars, Pepsi is drinks, Amazon is an online store. Simple, right? But what if I told you that's just a front? The biggest money these giants make comes from completely different, often hidden sources. Behind a luxury car, a sweet drink, or convenient shopping lie business operations that most of us have no idea about. It's a world of technology, global contracts, and diversification that generate billions of dollars in profit. In today's episode, we'll discover how 11 well-known companies make money from something completely different than you think. You'll see how car manufacturers become aviation powerhouses and online stores become leaders in cloud technology. Some examples are truly surprising and show how complex the world of big business is. Let's get started. Rolls-Royce, a symbol of luxury, but this brand's real money is way up in the sky. The main source of income for Rolls-Royce Holdings plc is making and taking care of airplane engines. The company is one of the biggest makers in the world of engines for passenger planes and military planes. Airlines don't pay for the engine itself, but for every hour it runs, a model called Power by the Hour. This brings in a steady, predictable flow of cash for decades. The car part of the business, even though it's fancy, belongs to BMW, and Rolls-Royce Holdings focuses on airplanes. The luxury cars are just a fancy front, and the company's real power is in the technology that powers planes all over the world. That's the real story of this British legend. Yamaha, you probably think of motorcycles, but its logo hints at its musical roots. Before the first motorcycle was made, Yamaha made musical instruments, and it's still a world leader in that field today. It's the biggest maker of pianos, guitars, drums, and audio equipment. The music part of the business brings in similar and sometimes even more money than the motorcycle part. Yamaha brings together engineering precision with a love for music. New ideas from one area inspire the other. It's a brand that delivers excitement both on the road and on the stage. The tuning forks in the logo remind us that at the heart of this powerhouse is harmony and sound. Samsung, for most people, it's about smartphones and TVs, but the company's real power lies in semiconductors. Samsung is the world's largest producer of RAM memory, SSDs, and chips. Even Apple for years bought components from them for their iPhones. It's the production and sale of components for the entire tech industry that generates the lion's share of the company's profits. The profit margins in this segment are much higher than in consumer electronics. Samsung isn't just a gadget maker, it's the backbone of the digital economy. The company's true strength lies in microscopic chips that power the world. Ferrari, it's a symbol of speed and luxury. But the real money comes from the power of its brand. A huge part of their profits comes from licensing their logo and selling merchandise, clothes, watches, perfumes, toys, and even theme parks. Millions of fans can buy a hat or a t-shirt, even though only a few can afford the car. The profit margins on these items are huge. People pay for the feeling and to be part of the legend. Ferrari is a global lifestyle brand that makes money from its story in every way possible. Selling cars builds the legend, but it's the merchandise and licenses that provide financial stability. It's a masterclass in brand management. Ferrari makes money from a dream, not just from cars. Nestlé, you know them for sweets and coffee, but the company's true power is in water and health. Nestlé owns dozens of bottled water brands like San Pellegrino or Poland Spring. That's a really profitable business. The company also invests in medical food and diet supplements, growing its Nestlé Health Science division. This market has huge potential for growth based on new ideas and research. Coffee and pet food are other big parts, bringing in billions in sales. Sweets are well known, but they're a smaller part of the business. Nestlé smartly spreads out its products, investing in areas with the highest profits. This is a company that makes money from health, water, and pet care. Boeing, you might think of them for passenger planes, but they're also a military giant. The Boeing Defense, Space and Security Division brings in tens of billions of dollars every year. They make fighter jets, helicopters, satellites, and missile systems for governments all over the world. The military side is more stable than the civilian side. Government contracts give them financial security. New ideas from the military sector end up in civilian aviation and vice versa. Boeing is a tech giant with two legs, civilian and military. It's that second one, the less obvious one, that's key to the company's strength. LG, you know them for TVs and refrigerators, but the company's real strength is making parts. LG Display is a leader in making OLED screens for TVs. They even sell them to other companies. LG Chem and LG Energy Solution are top makers of batteries for electric cars. The company provides key technologies for the electric vehicle revolution. Selling their own products builds brand recognition, but it's the parts that bring in the most money. LG is the architect of digital displays and a driving force behind electric transportation. It's a company that's in almost every modern device. even if you don't see their logo. Honda in Europe, it's known for cars, but globally, it's mainly a powerhouse on two wheels. Honda is the world's largest motorcycle maker, selling tens of millions of bikes every year. Especially in Asia, Honda motorcycles and scooters are the main way people get around. The supercar model is the best-selling motor vehicle in history, but the company's foundation is even smaller engines. Honda makes tens of millions of them every year for different machines. This variety and dominance in the small engine market is what builds the brand's global strength. Cars are what you see, but it's motorcycles and engines that really drive Honda. 3M, you probably know them for post-it notes, but that's just a tiny piece of what this company does. 3M has over 60,000 products in its lineup, from medicine to cars to electronics and industry. They are a giant in new ideas, specializing in material science, glues, coatings, and filters. You'll find 3M products in smartphones, cars, hospitals, and factories all over the world. The consumer part is just what you see. The real money comes from their business-to-business deals. 3M solves thousands of problems using advanced chemistry and material physics. It's a company whose most famous product tells you the least about how big they really are. Amazon, the biggest store in the world, but the real money comes from the cloud. Amazon Web Services, AWS, is a cloud platform that offers computing power and IT services to companies all over the world. AWS started as an internal project, and today it's the backbone of the modern internet. Companies like Netflix, Airbnb, and even the CIA use AWS services. The profit margins in the cloud are much higher than in retail. AWS makes most of Amazon's operating profits. The online store builds the brand, but the cloud funds expansion and new ideas. Amazon is a cloud giant that just happens to run the biggest store. Pepsi, you think of a drink, but the company's real strength is snacks. After merging with Frito-Lay, PepsiCo became the leader in the chips and savory snacks market. Brands like Lay's, Doritos, or Cheetos generate most of the company's operating profits. Snacks turned out to be more stable than drinks, especially with the rise of anti-sugar trends. PepsiCo controls two key elements of every party: drinks and snacks. It's not a drink company that happens to sell chips. It's a balanced giant with two pillars: an empire built on potatoes and corn that perfectly complements the legend of the blue can. Which brand surprised you the most? Rolls-Royce, which makes money from aviation; Ferrari, which lives off of gadgets; Amazon, which is a cloud giant. These examples show how our picture of big brands is often just a surface-level version of the truth. Real business is much more complex and full of strategic twists. Understanding these mechanisms allows us to look at the economy from a new perspective. If you want more stories like these, hit subscribe, give a thumbs up, and tell me in the comments which company surprised you the most. Thanks for watching. Take care. Until the next video, bye for now.